Hello, I'm here to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas from both of our families and to share the year with you. This past year I got a new camera and took up photo editing and now video editing as a hobby. This is Christmas Day. I don't know what Malia's holding. Emma's got her new Madden football, which she's just learning. And even Molly has got a toy that she's having fun taking apart. We went to Long Beach Island in April 2011 and saw a baby seal at the jetty.
Oh, it looks like it is.
I don't know if it was injured or what,
Hanging out.
but it was cute to see, and it's all sunny, and a little girl liked it a lot too. Then there was a heron, which Emma came up to see a closer look at, cormorant. And we went to one of my favorite places, Memorial Day. We went to Sunset Beach. Hank went up to Coney Island to see the Mermaid Parade with a photo group, and then introduced Emma to the fine art of handicapping horses. This was our winning ticket. Emma and her friend went to Avon by the Sea, one of our favorite shore places right now. Saw all kinds of creatures. Emma went boogie boarding. When Bob and Carl visited, I had a great time with Colin going out flounder fishing. And then Susan came up, and we enjoyed the day at Longwood Gardens. Got some great pictures there with the new camera in the water lily pond of dragonflies and bees and things like that. Fall would come soon, and I was really blessed to have a visit from Matt and Kristen and Mom and Dad. But before that we had the Big Time Rush concert Emma wanted to see, and I went to visit Ed Land, who I used to work with, and he's a good friend of mine. He's retired now. This is the town near where he lives. So Mom and Dad came up, and so did Matt and Kristen, and we went to the Italian market. Mom refused to go inside the cheese store because it smelled too stinky. Ken enjoyed a little, I don't know what that was. The flag lowering ceremony was very moving, and Mom really enjoyed it too. After the ceremony, we went to Lobster House and had dinner together. And the next day we went to Avon by the Sea again, this time with Mom and Dad, Matt and Kristen. It was a cold and windy day. You see the surf fishermen fishing from the jetty, and the waves coming up really high. I watched the party boat struggle to make it into the inlet here.
Get her like that, yeah. See if we can get her like that.
We spent a lot of time driving south, and then we had to head back so Matt and Kristen can go back to New England. But I think Dad really enjoyed seeing the Jersey Shore, and reminded him somewhat of growing up, I bet. The next day, we took Mom and Dad for a buggy ride through a historic part of Philadelphia. It started right in front of my workplace, and we ended up visiting a church. In October, just before Halloween, we went to Maui as a family. Kids loved it, and Emma wanted to live there. She didn't want to go home. We stayed at the Hyatt, and they gave us a beautiful room. Nice views from the back. This is actually on our hike, this is not the Hyatt. And we did a place where you're not supposed to drive your rental car. We did drive there, and there's a perpetrator driving that road. Most of the ways is one lane with occasional pull-offs like this, and if you go over the edge, this is what you'll see. Someone did go over the edge on their honeymoon once and lost their lives, unfortunately. But it's a beautiful road. We did the other do not drive road on a previous trip with our good friends Dave and Gretchen, with Gretchen driving that time, I think. Notice how women are always the perpetrators. Lots of beautiful birds on the Hyatt grounds. And we did a trilogy snorkel to Molokini and Turtletown. On the way out, we saw the windmills they use for generating power. They're on a very windy part of the mountain. And the burning of sugar cane. They do that to lessen the weight, and it makes it like molasses. In Turtletown, we saw tons of turtles. These are giant green sea turtles. And they're about as big as I am. The video's a little shaky because it's hard to keep it still. We're snorkeling and videoing at the same time. And at the end of the day, we went to... Oh, wait a minute. This is the Molokini part, where there's very clear water. I think Martha went there as well. And sea urchins. The water's really clear. And this is an octopus that the person from the trilogy found and let me hold for a while. Had a little bit of suction on my hand. It was Halloween. We went to Lahaina for the first Halloween parade in 4 or 5 years. They shut it down. This is Banyan Tree Park. That's all one tree. I think it's the second largest banyan tree in the world. This is a witch at the parade. And we found Fred and Wilma Flintstone and family. And some naughty people at the parade here. This is the Humu Humu Nuku Nuku Apu A'a. Melia took a picture of this in the Ahi whatever reserve. It's a beautiful reserve, marine reserve with all kinds of fish, beautiful fish. We went in the afternoon when they say it's usually too cloudy to see anything, but we wanted to go anyway. We were running out of time, so we went there. And I'm glad I did. Melia took half of these pictures as I gave her the underwater camera we rented. That's a parrotfish.
Two of them just spun.
And then one day, Emma and Melia and I went to go see spinner dolphins on Hawaii Ocean rafting. This raft.
Oh, look at him.
We had a blast. We swam right underneath the boat, but they jumped far away. They didn't jump next to the boat.
This guy's having a fun time.
You see Emma telling you she's having a great time. See that? You can see them jumping and spinning in the distance. I've slowed the video down a little bit because otherwise they would just be so fast you wouldn't see it. But it was really a blast to see them. They just are very playful little creatures. I took the trip specifically to see them because years ago we had seen them on a trilogy trip to Lanai, and they jumped right next to the boat, but I didn't have a camera. So Melia took a picture of this white-tipped reef shark we saw while we were snorkeling. It was the second stop that Hawaii Ocean rafting took, and the shark is basically harmless. We ate at the Cool Cat Cafe afterwards, and that was the fish they brought in, freshly caught. And this is Melia and Emma on a tree in Banyan Tree Park. Lots of birds from the hotel again. Emma liked a little pom-pom on this duck. This is in the back of the hotel. Emma named this bird Sassy Bird because it seemed to have an attitude. And there was a rainbow almost every other day from the back of our hotel room we could see. They're both wearing plumerias because the Hawaiian word for plumeria is Melia.
They think they're
And that's how we gave Melia her name.
They're the bigger ones that makes them the boss.
The swans are the boss because that's their name.
Sometimes life seems like a cartoon,
looking at the
so
other
I
guy.
thought I would show it like
Look at
that.
him, he's kind of just like...
These are the
poor
flamingos in our
Good.
hotel, which had
Hey,
very
flamingo,
beautiful
get away.
gardens. And Emma's noticing that this one flamingo is chasing away the other
See that? The
birds.
flamingo's clicking on them.
Uh-huh. I think the other flamingo's afraid of them too.
I guess that's the king or something.
We went to go snorkeling again in front of the Sheraton Black Rock this time, and there was a little place where the kids put their faces in there to get their picture taken. This is the Iao Valley. It was one place where it was cool, windy, and misty, kind of magical. Most of the time we were there was slightly humid, more so than I've ever recalled in Hawaii before. But not here in the Iao Valley. And then the end of our trip, we went and enjoyed the hotel area again, and this is a beautiful sunset. I joined a hiking group because I was gaining a lot of weight and I wanted to be with other people that like to be outdoors. And I found there were a lot of beautiful things to photograph in New Jersey as well. Well, that's it. I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. This is my brother Bob, visiting Santa with his cigar and beer bottle. Miss you, Bob. Wish you were here. I wish both families were here. We'd have a great time. It's one time we really want to be around our family. I'm sorry that everybody lives so far away. So Merry Christmas, everybody.
Decorations of